It was a night like no other, cold, silent, and endless. The road stretched ahead, swallowed by the darkness. And then he appeared, a lone hitchhiker standing by the roadside, his face hidden in the shadows. He raised his thumb, asking for a ride, and despite every warning, the driver stopped. The hitchhiker sat in the back seat, silent, motionless. The driver glanced at the rearview mirror, expecting to see a face, but there was barely anything there, just a dark, shapeless figure sitting still watching. Then the temperature dropped. Inside the car, the air turned icy. The windshield fogged with condensation as the driver exhaled. But the hitchhiker, he didn't move. He didn't shiver. It was as if the cold had no effect on him at all. Then, at last, he spoke, a whisper, hollow, cold. "You're going the wrong way." The driver's grip tightened on the wheel. His heart pounded. He didn't look back. But in the mirror, the hitchhiker's reflection was suddenly clearer. Panic set in. The driver turned around, but the back seat was empty. The door hadn't opened. The seatbelt was still fastened. The hitchhiker was never there. And yet, the air still felt heavy, as if something remained. Later that night, the driver tried to shake the fear. Then the news came on. A name, a face, a headline. A man had died exactly where the hitchhiker had been picked up 10 years ago. For a moment, everything was still. Then, something made the driver glance at the rearview mirror. And there he was, his hollow eyes locked onto the driver's, his lips curling into a slow, twisted smile. The driver was no longer alone. Some roads should never be traveled alone. Some passengers should never be picked up, because some are never meant to leave.